Good morning, everyone. It is November 5th. We got the SPY here in QQQ, the morning market rundown. Let's get into this price action and talk about some potential scenarios for today. So we could see that we've constantly talked about in these videos this VWAP from the 19th of the gap up, the barcode, and we played this breakout. Now we're talking about the potential retest of this previous breakout area and this remaining as support at the 50-day moving average and near this handoff VWAP from the Friday, the 6th of September. We can see here at this 568 to 570 area, we've been finding some support over the past 3 trading days. So that's going to lead us up to here to the intermediate time frame now on the right-hand side. Okay. We could see the red line on both time frames is now the year-to-date volume weighted average price for the high of the year. And we can see that we reclaimed, and once we've been breaking it with that negative slope, it has been guilty until it's proven innocent. And we then broke the 5-day moving average in this area, started to decline, which here we have a gap underneath the 5-day, and we've been making a sequence of lower lows and lower highs since then. The 5-day moving average is guilty until proven innocent. So let's get into this previous gap down and what we've been talking about over the past 2 trading days. So let's clean this up here, and we can see that this was an anticipated VWAP that we were looking to say, hey, this could be resistance here, right? And we could see that price rallied up yesterday into our 2-day VWAP, right? And it's been pulling back down. So, and this was our anticipated daily VWAP, and we wanted to see it hold this daily VWAP. We wanted to see it hold this daily VWAP, and what happened? It failed. It failed this daily VWAP. This was the anticipated. It failed, and you could see here, it just acted as resistance. So now we're still consolidating, and we're trading between our 1, 2, and 3-day VWAPs. So this will be Monday's view. This is Friday's VWAP. Okay, this is Monday's VWAP, and then we're going to have our VWAP for the pre-market. So we'll see if we could start to, just like we talked about our potential scenario yesterday here. So we're in the pre-market at 571, right? If we can now just continue to adjust this over, this is going to be our 3-day VWAP here. So we'll change this here. So we'll just adjust this over to today. This will be our 2-day VWAP. And then we have our daily VWAP here in the pre-market. So perhaps we rally up into Friday's VWAP here, which is our month to date. It's 3-day at this point. But maybe we rally back up, fade the daily VWAP, and this 2-day VWAP becomes support. So we get just something like this here, rallies up, and then maybe this could be the potential play where we're looking to set up for this long now. So potentially 571.40, and then a stop at this 570 area, because this would be the gap fill for the pre-market. However, taking into the context that we are under a declining 5-day moving average, so any rallies until then, maybe suspected to fail. So just keep that in mind, that this would just kind of be a bounce to potentially this 575, and that's where we have this 5-day moving average that we talked about as an anticipated, that you could see it's declining. So it's declining at a much steeper pace. So we'll just map that out. That basically, right, here's our 5-day declining. So if we do start to get this rally over the next 2-3 days, what's going to happen is on Thursday, we'll be trading down here. So today and tomorrow, we're going to be replacing new data. If we do rally up with 574, potentially, right? Say we rally up into this 574, 575. So we're replacing that new data with older data higher. So that will cause that 5-day to decline. But come Thursday, if we do rally up here and start to hold, that 5-day moving average will start to flatten out. So then maybe this could be our shakeout, And then we got this rally, and this could be the fuel just to give us legs getting going to the long side. Back up into this 580 area and potentially new all-time highs for the year. If we do break this 570 area, you can see here in the pre-market, which that's what we talked about, the 2-day VWAP. Maybe we could look to see if we get this gap fill, a little bit further decline back into this 567, 566. Again, get shorts excited, really get them overconfident, and then they can start to notice that they're on the wrong side here as we fall. That would be 565 we talked about, would be just below this daily S2 right now. So that's a potential play for the SNA, for the SPY. Let's go into the QQQ. Excuse me. So we see that we're trading underneath this VWAP from that gap up. We rallied right into it. So this area was acting as support from this September 19th gap is now looking like it's potentially acting like some resistance. 1 second. So we have this potential price action scenario we talked about, this fade here, and we're looking maybe to see if we can get this bounce into this 5-day moving average. So maybe this is where we're going to start to see this bounce into here. Here's our anticipated 5-day moving average. So we didn't get this rally to this area yet. Maybe this is where we're going to start to see it today, and then it could flush out a little bit, reclaim this 589, 587, and then that could fuel this leg up higher. So, and this is essentially what we'd be looking to see here is we get rid of this, right? The 5-day, this rally, this will rally up, pull back, reclaim this 488 area, let this 5-day moving average catch up. Then we start to rally above it. Then we start to rally above it here. Something like that, ideally. And then we could look to participate in this 491 area. And maybe a stop at this 487. Just potential areas where you see this is resistance. That could start to act as support. And then we have a way to manage our risk. And it's low risk because the 5 days is just starting to curl. So maybe this rally is up into 488, rejects and starts to break below 486, and we start to see 482. So that's the potential scenario I'm looking for on the Qs. See if we can continue to get this rally, break above 488, fuel us into 490. That 5-day moving average is declining. Could just keep going, but the chances are with the declining, we could start, that rally would fail. But then, just like we talked about in the SPY, come Thursday, we'll be adding this data here. So if we do meander by Thursday, our 5-day moving average could start to flatten out. Hopefully this was helpful. If you like this, please like and subscribe.